Hey, everybody, welcome back. This is Miss Faye, and this is my world. All right, today's topic is stuck in a toxic relationship. Before we get started, I'd like to say welcome. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to all the new viewers, the new subscribers, and welcome to those of you who have been with me from the beginning. I really appreciate all of you. Now we have a letter. Let's dive right into this letter and see what she says. Since my ex has lost his job in the spring of 2025, I sense that he has no urgency on changing his situation and handling his priorities. Well, you know what? In his mind, he is handling his priorities. He may not be handling your priorities, but he's showing you right now what his priorities are. His tax return was filed in the spring of 2025. He said that he didn't receive his tax refund, even though the refund was approved and sent according to the IRS website. He did not take the initiative to contact the IRS to investigate the matter further. You know, it's something fishy about that. Could it be that he received the check, maybe not at your residence, and he didn't want to split it with you? So he just said, I didn't get it. And then he's not investigating for it or anything. Okay. It's something real fishy about that. His previous employer provided him with discharge documents for unemployment. He did not take the initiative to apply for unemployment benefits, even though he has access to phones and laptops. He said that he didn't know how to apply for unemployment. All he has been doing is sitting at home, playing the game, eating, sleeping 90% of the time. That's his priorities. You understand? And apparently, being with you allows him to live this lifestyle. Okay. Yeah. It sounds like he's got it pretty good. I take our child to and from school 90% of the time. Also, I work every day. I clean, grocery shop, do laundry, and more. Also, I recently just finished school as well. Okay, why are you supporting this man? Is it because you have the child together and you've been told that the child needs his father, but you didn't say you're married? But he's just living with you? Is that the situation? It's a sad situation. This is no good. Okay? And you've been working, supporting your baby and this man. Two people you're supporting. And there's no other way to say it. And that's what he wants. He loves being with a woman who will take care of him. You know, we call those guys hobosexuals. They don't have anything, but they hook up with a woman. And this guy, he's slick. He got you pregnant to guarantee his spot in your life. You see? That's a trick. Stop falling for it. Now, you sound like you're self-sufficient. You don't need him at all. Okay? So let's go on with the letter. He said to me that he wants to renew his CDL and DL licenses, but he has to go to the nearest suburb to do it. I gave him advice on how to travel to the suburbs to renew his license. How old is this dude? He sounds like he's about 16, 15 or 16. He doesn't know how to take care of business at all. Is he handicapped? Crazy? Something's up with him. But you being his mama, you being his second mama, maybe that's what he wanted. Maybe mama didn't do it. Now he's latched onto you because you just like mama. I gave him advice how to travel to the suburbs to renew his licenses. He didn't take my advice. His mother gave him money. A few family members gave him money. Also, he had a small settlement check from his previous employer. Is he handicapped? It's some reason that you probably didn't tell me in a letter why this guy can't take care of his own business. And where did you scoop him up from? Okay. 6 months after being discharged, he still did not figure out a plan to get his licenses renewed because he don't want to go back. He said to me that I should help him by giving him a few dollars after I pay the bills. Well, what's going on here? Okay. He's got the nerve to flat out ask you after you pay your bills, can you spare give me, 10, 20, 30, 50, whatever you have left over. Can you just give that to me? He got to be out of his mind. You will give it to your child before you give it to some lazy man laying up with you. To be fully transparent, I gave him money one time. Yeah, that's why it was so easy for him to come out of his face to ask you this kind of money question. Well, can you just give it to me on a regular basis? Because usually people pay their bills, monthly. You have times when you pay your bills, get that out of the way, and then you have a little leftover for food and transportation and incidentals. Okay, so with him, well, which pot is he wants you to give money out to? The incidentals, which probably covers your child. He still did not renew his CDL licenses. I have not given him any more money since then. Now he says that I don't help him. He feels like I should help him. You know what? Maybe he's an addict of something. Maybe he's on drugs. Maybe that's the story. You're not telling me that part. But I'm telling you, it's something that you're not revealing about this guy. He told me that I should hold him down during his unemployment transitions. When he lost his jobs in the past, I never said anything. So this is not the first time he's got a record of losing jobs. Can't hold on. I never truly held him accountable for his actions. I always went with the flow of things in hopes that he will keep his next job. I held it down. I paid the bills, took care of our son, gave him money to get by doing all of this. Oh my goodness. The longest he was employed at a job was a year. After almost 12 years of being in a relationship with him, that's a long time. This is the first time that I held him accountable for his actions. Well, maybe you're finally waking up. Maybe you've been in a slumber for 12 years. Maybe for 12 years you was desperate to have a man and you couldn't see yourself without him. Now, you didn't say how old your son was. Was it 12 years ago when you got pregnant, had this baby? If you did, then that makes sense why you ended up living together, not married, because he had no intention on marrying you, because he can't support you no way. He's looking for somebody to support him. And now here you are coming out of your slumber and questioning this situation. He sees the change in you and it scares him. Okay. I had to pull back a lot to let him know that I was serious. Now everything has changed between us. Good. I guess that means no more sex, right? Because he's like an energy vampire. He was like sucking your energy dry. And he will suck you dry until you dropped. He didn't care at all. The thing about this whole situation is you got to look at yourself. All right. And I can understand, 12 years ago, which you probably, got pregnant or whatever the situation is. Then you decided, oh, well, it might as well come on and move in, or maybe moved in first, then got you pregnant. But as far as he's concerned, it was a plan. I believe he planned to get you pregnant. All right. Because it assured him a spot in your life, at least until that kid got grown. Even if he's not even able to pay child support, he can still hang around the fringes of your life. And if you are desperate for a man, well, there he is. Can't give you anything, can't do anything for you, but there he is. And during those days, you probably felt bonded to him because you had the baby. So you figured, all right, I'm going to work it out. No matter what, I'm going to work it out because I know he can do better. So you're trying to build a man for 12 years. You put in hard work. You cannot build a man. You can't make a man be who you want him to be. It's just like, they got this shop at the mall. I don't know if it's still there or not, but I thought it was so cute. The kids would go in there and choose all of these little pieces. And I guess each piece was pretty expensive. And then you build yourself a bear. I guess you get the right ears, the right nose, and all the kind of stuff. But by the time you build the bear, man, that's pretty expensive. You see? But some women, they feel like they can do it with a man too. You go in there and he has nothing. But he looks nice, sexy, sounds reasonably intelligent. I think I can do this. And then you go in there pouring your energy and your money and your everything trying to build a man. And what happens? If he has any ambition at all, he'll use up all of your resources. And when he's built and then you need support, he'll take off. He didn't come there to support you, to provide anything for you. So he'll leave. You see? But as long as you're pouring into him, then he's comfortable. You ain't thinking about leaving? Okay. All right, let's get on with your letter. Recently, when I held him accountable again for his actions, he got defensive. Uh-oh. Because you've changed. You're questioning him, which you never did before. After he calmed down, he said that he needs to talk to a therapist. What, he want you to pay for it? That's why he announced it like that. He wants you to find a way to get him to a therapist. He's acting like your little kid. I advised him to call the insurance company to get a copy of his insurance. I told him that I found 3 therapists that he might be interested in and accepts his insurance. He did not follow through with that either because he's just blowing smoke. This man don't mean any of this that he's telling you. And after 12 years, I don't understand why you even believe anything that he says. I don't get it. In my last letter, I said that I didn't want to be with him anymore. And I still feel that way. So why you still it? Why is he still there? I think it's your place, isn't it? Kick him out. He is aware of me not wanting to be with him anymore. I stopped having sex with him completely. Well, what does that mean? Sex is not the only reason he's with you, dear heart. He's able to live free with you. Got a place to eat, got food to eat, got a roof over his head, lights, TV, computer, anything else he wants, cleanliness. Come on. He's got everything. Even if he's not having sex with you, which he probably was only going through the motions in the first place to please you, just to keep you on the hook. It was probably never really about him. Okay? We have been living together for 8 years and in a relationship for almost 12 years. Lately, it feels like we are roommates that share a child because there's no sex. Like I told you, I don't think he cared that much about it anyway. He's probably having it, I'll say, with other people. Okay? And I say that because that's usually how it goes. When a man is living off a woman, he's usually out cheating because that's the reason why he's with that particular woman, so he can use her for her resources. Drive her car. He comes home to a nice, clean home. She's got dinner cooked for him. He doesn't have to try to make any money. Even if he says that, well, I'm trying. I just can't find nothing. That's crazy, ladies. Don't allow a man to tell you he can't find a job. Because in today's world, if you want a job, you can make a job. You don't have to go to work for somebody else. You can work for yourself. But they will tell you that to make you think that they are trying and just to keep you on the hook. And you'll keep pouring resources into them, thinking that one day they're going to stand up. But they rarely do. So I tried to stay here until he gets on his feet and moves out. You've been living together for 8 years, almost 10 years. You probably feel like you are married, like a common law marriage, but you have not made him responsible for his baby, child support, anything. Because in today's world, man, if they can't pay, he's getting some kind of subsidy from somewhere. They would take it from that. And you need to kick him out. Okay? Honestly, I am starting to feel like he is taking advantage of me and the situation. He's been doing it for as long as you've been together, taking advantage of the situation. Would it be wrong for asking him to leave? Should I call his mother and ask her? Can he live with her? Okay. Don't involve his mother in this. This got nothing to do with his mother. You and him. Keep the business between you and him. Let him tell his mother. But don't you say anything to his mother, period. All right? But for him, you just need to go over there and tell him, I want you to leave. I want you to move out. Now, you say before that he got defensive. Now, this is a tricky situation because he may get a little violent when he sees that you are serious. Because when you make that statement, he's going to come over and try to be all lovey-dovey because that's what's been working before. And kissing on you and telling you that he's sorry and he's going to get something right away and he's going to change and try to soften your heart because, he may bring in the baby. The baby needs his daddy and things like that. Working on your emotions. And if you are not sure that you want to get rid of him, your door is still a little cracked and he can slither right back into your life. Okay? So You don't want to confront him about, I want you to leave until you are definitely sure that you're done. Okay? Because after this move, you can never take him back, not into your home. You can, deal with him from afar because of the baby. I don't know. You might end up going to court because I really think that you should to get him for some child support. That will make him more responsible. So he'll have to do something to pay that bill or go to jail. Okay. So, yeah. Now, the other thing is, what do you think I should do to get out of this situation as smoothly as possible? Well, my advice is, do you have any brothers? You got any big husky brothers? Big husky cousins? Or is it just you and your frailty? If that's the case, then maybe you need well, I don't like calling the police because they're not on your side. You call them and then you'll end up going to jail. So don't call, don't call the police. But if you have any strong male that cares about you in your life, have them to come over and ask this guy to go. Maybe you all can pack up his little crap right then and there and out the door. Because, I don't know. You say he's been there for 8 years. He probably got a lot of crap there. But you don't want any violence. Okay? You got to see how he's going to handle the situation when you say, I want you to leave. Maybe you should just say that first and whatever his reaction is. And then if you see some aggression, then that's when you bring in the big cousins or the brothers or the uncles or whoever you got. Okay? And by that time, they should be able to usher him out the door. Okay? I hope that you understand the message today. And I really hope that it helps someone. Now, those of you who may have a question that you'd like for me to answer, my email address is in the description. I want to thank you so much for your comments and your letters. And a very special thank you to those that leave a donation. I really appreciate all of you. I wish you all the very best. And I really hope to see you next time.